Hey folks, welcome back to Wrestling with Boys. We're still technically on day 3 of Wrestlemania weekend, but this is my second video for today because outside of Effie's Big Gay Brunch, which is the video before this one, we had Wrestlemania day 1. Let's talk about it. So, we weren't able to get ticks. We tried. We decided we'll just watch it at home. Why not? Let me preface this by saying I don't watch WWE. Big fan of WWE when I was a child. Watched it all the way up until my mid-20s. Then my military career kind of got in the way, and I decided I was going to return back to watching professional wrestling during the pandemic because that's when I had time. And I heard about this company, brand new, called AEW, and I said, well, let me check them out before I return to the old tried and true WWE. Lo and behold, I fell in love with AEW, and between all of their programming, I just don't have time to keep up with 2 YouTube shows, 2 cable shows, 3 now, plus the indie shows we like to go to live. I can't add WWE to that. I don't have the time. I still have to work, unfortunately. I wish I was like Simon Miller and I could just watch all wrestling all day and just talk about it. But I can't. I'm not as attractive as him. I have to pay bills. Anyway, that's why I have wonderful, wonderful, wonderful friends like Marky here who can give me the perspective from the other side of the aisle. I am only sort of privy to some of the storylines going on in WWE. I don't really know a lot of the talent over there. So I was going into WrestleMania with few expectations. I did catch up on the Usos storyline because I thought the whole Sammy thing was cute until he betrayed them and then they betrayed him. Everybody in our Facebook groups are obsessed with the women's division, so I did know about Rhea and Charlotte. I wasn't too familiar with the women's tag division, but I grew up watching Lita and Trish, so that was a nice surprise to learn I was going to get to see that here. And yeah, I'm sure there's plenty more I can either weigh in on or not. Let's get it started. Where to begin?
No better place to begin than the start. That is a very good place to start. The beginning.
Indeed.
Cena theory. Listen, there's a theory, pardon the term, that either you go on last or you go on first. Last being the best spot, first being the second best spot. Probably because you can leave and go to the next show. Go to the next town, as they say.
Yeah.
Cena theory gave you everything you thought you would see, and John did the deed. Put over Austin.
Yeah.
Forcibly passed the torch, as they say, but
I had just found out about this match like a few days before. Like I said, I don't follow. I did brush up on Austin Theory a while ago, though. I think we know why, because he's gorgeous. To me, I thought Austin was supposed to be the new John Cena back under the McMahon reign. And I don't know if that's what inspired this match, but it did kind of seem like that's what they were trying to do, is just get it out in the open and get it over with. I did not think Cena was going to win. I don't think he could commit to any title defenses. I don't think he could commit to any of the cable showings. And that was the only reason why I thought he wasn't going to win. Just because he just doesn't have the schedule for it. I didn't know Austin was a bit of a heel. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a bit very smarmy. We see a lot of his merch. If you head on over to my channel, you can check out the LA Convention Center Superstore, the WWE Con of sorts convention. And you see a lot of his selfie merch. And if you guys know Austin Theory, you know Austin Theory had a bit of a start, bit of a stop because, Vince went away for a little while. And then Triple H, maybe not so up on the Austin Theory board. But here the story has concluded. He has defeated a veteran And so be it. He's the chosen one. We shall see. Remains to be seen.
We'll see. Yeah, I feel like they're probably gonna delve into him being disliked for a little while, and then maybe somewhere along the line make the old switcheroo. It'll be interesting to hear about. Like I said, I'll have to have somebody come and tell me about it.
Vince chose him. Vince isn't wrong that often when it comes to talent. Stories, different. Talent.
Right. And then after that we had what?
This was the car crash. The WWE's attempt at doing an indie tag team car crash. Four-way tag match. Braun Strowman, Ricochet. Street Profits. Whoa! Street Profits is not a Red Solo Cup. Alpha Academy. Otis and Chad Gable. And the Viking Raiders. They called this the men's showcase tag match. Pretty good. I love Private Party. What do I call them? Did I call them Private Party?
That is
Street Profits.
That's what
I love both those teams.
That's what I said when I was watching this.
Too funny, perfect. They're great. It was a good show. The big men bumped and the little men flew.
I came into this match not knowing who any of these people were except for Ricochet.
Private Party?
No, Ricochet. I knew Ricochet from the Indies.
Oh, it's Prince Puma, yes.
I knew he had gone to WWE, but once he got there, I hadn't really heard much from him or seen any highlights or spots about him. So I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on with Ricochet. I'd never heard of who are they? Private Party?
Private Party.
No, but who are they?
Street Profits.
I had never heard of them, and the minute I saw them, I said, that's Private Party from AEW, but he informed me these guys came first. I love AEW, so I was like, who's doing it better? I don't know. Otis and Gable?
Chad Gable, yeah.
Who is that? Who is that man? He is a gorgeous, and that suplex he did on Homeboy, that big old tall man, was...
This match was stolen by Ricochet, who is high flying. Some people like the Braun Strowman train. I mean, I get it. Won't. But he did a roll through suplex.
A roll through like dead man.
Yeah, full deadlift.
Ooh.
Braun Strowman's feet were never on the mat, and he just hurled this guy like a sack of potatoes. I will say this: it was a WrestleMania moment, but I bet Chad Gable could do that first thing in the morning without even blinking.
Yeah. I didn't hate the match. I was kind of lost. I didn't know why they were fighting, who was beefing with who.
It was a men's showcase, so there was not much of a story behind it. They did have a Tower of Doom spot where they had a little extra.
It's funny because we saw the same thing 2 nights ago in person.
We have, so this was, you hate to say it's a form, but this multi-tag team car crash match is becoming a staple and is, I think, here to stay. Street Profits took it all. Dawkins got the pin. A lot of you say the other guys the thing. Dawkins got the pin. Congratulations, Street Profits.
I thought it was okay. I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't like, whoa, this is WrestleMania.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It's always happy to see. You get as many guys to get a WrestleMania paycheck as you can. Stuff them all in there.
Let them go to the pay window.
I give it a B+.
Oh.
Next up was the fashion show segment in which 2 men would walk down the runway in LA Fashion Week style. Actually, Logan Paul didn't walk down. He's slung up in a crane. This was one of the few really over-the-top entrances. Logan Paul was on some kind of a harness, and they picked him up, and then they put him down. Yeah, it was an attempt at an interesting entrance, but it just kind of was weird.
Okay. I know about Logan Paul's matches before now. I had been told they were great. I've also heard interviews from talent that said, yeah, of course they're great. He had tons of time to prepare. Seth Rollins is a household name. I know what's going on with him. So this one I actually was kind of interested in. I wanted to see if the hype about Logan Paul was real. This intro, it did me over. That man came
Seth
down.
Rollins.
That man came down in a macrame sleeping bag with a women's bra on and some chaps, and then it slowly disintegrated as he... What?
It was something Shawn Michaels, but if Shawn Michaels only had pink in his toy box, it was a far cry from the Shawn Michaels costumes that we're used to, and a far cry from the stripping that Shawn Michaels did. Surprise, that was his gimmick, was the stripper. A far cry from that as well. But once they got into the ring and they got their gear off, so to speak, things picked up. And sometimes if you just let the wrestlers wrestle, you get good stuff.
As far as wrestling goes, I thought Logan was fine. I thought he was comparable to anybody on anybody else's card. I expected weak sells. I expected, him to be kind of sloppy with his throws or his punches and strikes to be unconvincing. But it was all great. It was all up to par. The match itself didn't feel like a big deal to me. Because, like I said, they just seemed like two professional wrestlers wrestling.
It's kind of coming from the story that Seth Rollins is protecting the locker room. He's taking the Roddy Piper stance against Mr. T. He's saying, you're Johnny come lately and you're going to leave. I'm going to be here next week. Logan Paul has a lot of shenanigans and a lot of things that come with him. A brother, boxing matches, and apparently an energy drink. The energy drink had a mascot this time. Spoiler alert, the energy drink went through a table, took a big bump, a big splash. Turned out to be his friend.
A big streamer,
I don't, it was KSI?
KSI, yeah.
GPS? Bitcoin? Who was it? So KSI, listen, I don't know who these people are, but there was a story told. Long story short, Rollins comes up on top.
Yeah.
Take that, Paul.
If we peel back some of the top layers, you realize the spot, as funny as it was really a tool put in place to keep Paul safe for his big spot.
Yeah. The mascot was a crash pad. The mascot was a walking bottle crash pad with the Prime logo on it. And hey, if you can't squish your friend, who can you squish?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah, it was a match. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
I bet the more I watch it, the better I'll like it. Logan Paul, I don't know that I like him. I'm not like his brand of teen, whatever. I didn't see his Nickelodeon show. I can't really tell him apart from the other Paul, but hooray.
But you do have an opinion that I'm not so sure I jive with.
What's that?
You say that his...
Listen, go ahead, Internet. Have at it.
Yeah, let's...
Get in the comments section.
Let's figure it out. I don't know what they're calling it.
I don't have to figure it out.
I don't know what they're calling it, but in AEW, Hangman Adam Page calls it the Buckshot Lariat. They call it something else for Logan, but it's the same thing. It's a Buckshot Lariat. You think he does it better?
I don't think I know. Logan Paul does it better. Buckshot Lariat. I think they call it the Maverick
Lariat
blah,
or something.
Blah, blah.
Yeah. Why? Why do you think it's better? I feel like Hangman's done it so many times. He can do the flip part without losing the real oomph behind the hit. Whereas with Logan, I saw a flip, and then I saw a lariat. I didn't see one smooth motion.
I completely, 100% disagree with you.
Okay.
Shut off the phone. I will stay home from tomorrow's show. The internet is 99.9 for the Logan Paul clothesline. Logan Paul goes like a skipping stone.
We'll see in the comments. We'll see in the comments. You guys tell us who does it better.
Who's the better Buckshot Lariat?
All right.
If one of you says CM Punk, I'm blocking you.
We were live.
I'm blocking you.
When he tried
those. We saw it live. Dive into that crowd. Okay, it doesn't matter. Go ahead. Let's start. Next one. Legends. Lita, Trish.
Yeah, I was looking forward to see Lita and Trish, mainly because I watched them as a kid. The Hardy Boys. The one thing I loved about Lita when she was with the Hardy Boys is she was doing everything the boys were doing. She wasn't, not taking the bumps. She wasn't not doing the flips. She wasn't leaving it to them. She was right there along with them. So that's why I really, really respected Lita when I was younger. Trish, I just respected the hustle. She was around for a long time. She did what she did. She looked great while doing it. She never came off dainty, but she was still feminine, These new girls, I don't know a whole lot about. I've heard of Becky Lynch. I've never seen any of her matches. I've heard of Bayley. I've never seen any of her matches. So all I was looking forward to coming into this was seeing the legends.
Becky Lynch, Lita, Trish Stratus. Becky Lynch and Lita make up the women's tag team champions. Now, all of you out there know, in internet land, what has happened with these belts. They were laid on a table, and they said, no, thank you. I'm going to go shoot the Mandalorian. So, I wish Mercedes Moné nothing but the best. I think she's fantastic. I think she's going to have a far career performing in ring, out of ring, whatever she wants. So there's a bit of turmoil surrounding these belts. This was a bit of a showcase. So that being said, we have to uplift some new talent when the other talent goes away. And sometimes when the other talent goes away, we got to bring back some legends. The case was both in this match. Lita gave you all the spots. Trish gave you a throwback wardrobe. Trish gave you all the spots. There's some good high spots, good tumbling outside of the ring. If you asked me, Bayley was probably directing traffic in this one. Maybe Bex, but damage control could not control the damage in this one.
I was confused. Was this was just a match? It wasn't a title, right? It wasn't a title defense?
This was no.
Because I'm like, why are there three if it's only three? Yeah, so I was a little confused at first, and then I realized, oh, not all of the WrestleMania matches are title matches. I remember when Lita broke her neck. I remember when she came back after that, and the flippy bits weren't there anymore. Can't hold that against her. I could tell the conditioning wasn't there as much as it used to be. I thought some of her spots were a little slow. Not so stiff, but slow. Trish is the one that surprised me. Trish has kept that conditioning up. She looked fabulous. She was hitting some of her old moves. She was doing them a little bit bigger this time around, and I did not expect that from her. I was impressed.
Oh, I think she has a workout tape. That's why you don't know about her conditioning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, she did a throwback to her WrestleMania 21 ring gear.
She had the throwback looks, the throwback moves. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all very internet people call these member berries. There was a lot of the member berries that were giving us. We were getting the nostalgia. We were getting the throwback. That was something for everybody. Nothing will top the return of the Hardy Boys, but here's some legends who are not just accepting their Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
They can still go.
Yeah.
The most debated entrance of the night.
Oh, this was good.
The only most debated thing, other than the match order, which was been hotly debated all week, the match order, more so than any of the results, was how Dominic Mysterio would get to the ring.
We have seen so much speculation online, on Twitter, everywhere, leading up to this, that I had an opinion, and I wanted to make sure I was right. We know, if you don't, maybe you don't. At the WWE Superstore, they had a bit of memorabilia out and about amongst the convention floor. One of those items being Eddie Guerrero's red lowrider.
If you are watching the A&E special, WWE's Most Wanted, you will see some of these items out there that they have searched for and found, however it happens. There was a big museum of all these items, and if you head on over to my YouTube channel, you can take a look at those items, because I love museums. There was a pile of Mrs. Laundry, there was the Undertaker's urn. So there was a lot of these funny things, one of which probably the most visible is this giant lowrider car. Dominic was there on one of the days, and then he spray painted stuff, and he put a mustache on Charlotte Flair.
They went around the convention floor and defaced Mysterio pictures.
He got in Eddie's car. I was like, me.
So that's where a lot of the speculation was reinforced.
Yes.
They got in the car.
The internet was abuzz.
And all people saw was Dominic in a lowrider, and everybody's like, "Oh, confirmed. He's bringing a lowrider out to the ring." So when we went to the Superstore and we saw the car, I says, no, that car is going to stay right behind that velvet rope. It's here. It's part of the museum piece. But I also made a point to say, and this is on my video, I'll edit it in right now. I'll say he is not driving this car to this ring, but that doesn't mean he won't be in a car. I did not know exactly how he was going to come out to the ring, but it ended up being inside a car. It was a paddy wagon. Yeah, he got escorted in by the Popo because, he does hard time now, and I guess they just let him out for this match. It didn't make sense to me.
It was funny that they were trying to act fast, capitalizing on this ex-con Dom, or whatever they're calling him, this hard time Dom. If they could have pivoted, WrestleMania is a huge beast. If they could have pivoted faster, having the lowrider come in would have been hysterical. Ray got the lowrider with Snoop instead,
which I was not expecting,
as a respectful tribute to Eddie, instead of kind of
they
squirming on it. Maybe in 2023 we don't squirm on that kind of a thing. Maybe we pay more tributes than we do take SHITs on them. So there you go.
Nyla Rose did it better.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. When she faced Jade Cargill, she came in with Vicky Guerrero and a white lowrider while dressed like Ezio from Assassin's Creed. But we're talking about
this
WrestleMania.
This one was a lot of Ray calling the shots with Dom. Until the end, we had Damien and we had Finn doing their shenanigans. The LWO came back. They all fought each other's way.
We had Bad Bunny at ringside during Spanish commentary.
Yeah, Bad Bunny jumped in there. He might be a member of the LWO at Puerto Rico next month. But he said, none more of these shenanigans.
I mean, I think you just spoiled. It's not really a spoiler. I think we can expect to see Bad Bunny at Backlash in Puerto Rico.
His match was fantastic.
His match was great. I watched the match. It was great. And he's popular. People want to see more of him, and what better place to do it than in his own backyard. I think the takeaway from this is we could definitely get more LWO.
I hope so. I think they're hysterical. I think it's funny. Just anytime you can throw it back. Rey Mysterio has defeated Dominic Mysterio by pinfall.
Yep. It is what it is.
It was a wacky one. Check it out. Check it out for Ray. Check it out for his outfits. I don't see it here, and everything's fine. Everything's good. But I think Ray took a little bit of a woohoo bump. There was a couple moments he's going, hello, did my hand work? And
okay, so
maybe it was a sell. Maybe I was fooled. But
I disagree because this one flinches at everything.
Almost there. Neck spots and chair shots. That's the only thing I flinch at. But Ray had a bit. Look, if you want to pull the curtain back, you can skip ahead 10 seconds. But Ray had a bit of a conversation with the referee. Then the referee had a bit of a conversation with Dom, and I'm just saying, he sometimes when you see this,
something's
those of us who have seen Steve Austin matches know. You see Steve do this, we go, oh no. Moving right along to what is potentially the scene-stealing match of the night, a match that could have gone on last, that a lot of people said should never go on last, should go on third, should go on first, should be on a different night, should be on Raw. Ladies and gentlemen, you were treated, took a little minute to warm up, to Rhea Ripley, who is going to be the future to who is the current Charlotte Flair. What'd you think of it as a person who doesn't know?
As a person who doesn't know, like I said, I didn't even know if there was storyline or not. Apparently there wasn't. Rhea won the Royal Rumble and got to pick her title shot. I thought this was the best match of the night. This was the main event. I was not very familiar with Charlotte's work. I've heard a lot about her moonsault. Not too much negative criticism, but I have heard about her moonsault quite a bit. Rhea, I know, is a powerhouse. I was looking forward to see what she brings to the table. This match was good. This was a good match. And like you said, it was a slow boil, but once it got to boiling, it was riling. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect. I did not expect this to be my main event. This was my main event. This was the best match of the night. It was great. It was great. Charlotte, man. Ooh, she could take a bump, baby. Wow.
I will say, and I hate it when people do this, and I'm about to do it. This was the most like her dad she looked ever. This was the most the dizzy. All she had to do was, well, she did face plant, but all she had to do was the tip down face plant,
Bow.
or the the spot over the turnbuckle to look any more like Rick. She was haggard. She was lost. She was dizzy. There was one spot where she really raked her face, where she was trying to, and she does these flips, she does these moonsaults. There was some sort of a flip or
I think it was a flipping suplex.
Raya's giving a normal suplex, and Charlotte's taking a big suplex. Charlotte, it's an ugly face plant. It was a face plant that Marky cringed at, because Marky cringes at everything.
No,
the entire stadium cringed at this.
They played the replay about 4 times.
Big rug burn. It was brutal.
Let's reverse the second too. We're live chatting with friends and Facebook and stuff like that, and people were like, "Oh, I like this look for Rhea. I kind of wish she had something a little different going on though." But when Charlotte came out, I was like, "Is that Balenciaga? Who's she wearing? Who's she wearing? She's wearing somebody. Who is that?" Puffers are in right now. It was high fashion. It was different. Who was that? Who was she wearing? That jacket was something, boy. That was different. She looked ominous, but she still looked regal. I saw this as like, Barbie versus Bratz. Like, I was like, what are we about to get into here in this match? From the beginning to the bad bumps to all that, I was not disappointed. I was not.
This was my least favorite Charlotte robe of all time. No Charlotte robe will be lower ranked than this one. This was a sleeping bag with a train. This was a puffy jacket that it just was not luxurious. It was not glamorous. It was not something a champion would wear. It's not something named Flair would wear. It's not something a guy named Rick would wear. And that was that. And I could not wait for her to take it off to reveal something spectacular. There was no drag race reveal. There was no, wig take off reveal. It was just Charlotte underneath. I will say this, because this was important. Female referee, female combatants, female ring announcer. The first time in WrestleMania history. This was an all-female staff, so to speak. So
yeah, that was kind of cool. Because we were thinking about it as they were being announced. We were like, wait a minute, was this
I thought, how come I haven't heard the female ring announcer?
Yeah. Yeah, so we disagree on the fashion, but we agree on the match.
It's okay, I know where he sleeps. Rhea Ripley, there were some fantastic near falls. If you watch one match from WrestleMania, this is it.
Yes.
I love a one-on-one match. Rhea Ripley is your new SmackDown champion. So we will see what, for what was kind of a stumble into this match storyline-wise, none of that matters anymore.
Yep.
Because this is, today, this is female match of the year. Of all the federations. Of everything, everywhere. Today. And I say that as a fan of that Ruby Soho trash bag brawl that happened. Okay, stay focused.
Oh, wait, we're talking about over all time?
Of this year.
Okay, this year.
Of 2023.
Okay.
Talking about the brawl we saw a couple weeks ago. Doesn't matter. Don't talk about it. Stay focused.
Okay.
Hey, kids. Do you like Snoop Dogg? Do you like The Miz?
No.
Oh, boy. Welcome to your host. All right, The Miz.
Wait.
No, I'm not waiting for anything. We're not even talking about it. Pat McAfee, The Miz. Pat McAfee showed up. Oh, my gosh, it's Pat McAfee. Everybody loves him. They had a sloppy slop fight. One of Pat McAfee's friends jumped the rail, had a sloppy slop fight. The Miz went, oh no, help me, it's WrestleMania. 1, 2, 3, watch it if you want.
I don't know what that was. I didn't know who these people were.
What this was this, a palate cleanser from what was a big time fantastic championship match for everybody to just center, for everybody to come back, to focus, to see some circus, and then to move into what was our main event. Say what you want about The Miz. I'm just going to say.
Okay, first of all, I love The Miz. I watched The Miz back when he was on Real World Road Rules. I watched his transition in WWE. Loved him. Always have, probably always will. He looked fantastic, by the way. That suit was amazing. He had no business getting thrown around in that thing by some douchebag from the internet. Who was that man?
It's Pat McAfee, former NFL, hosts a show. Former commentator, likes to yell.
I didn't like it. Even if I did know who they were, do I think they were WrestleMania material? No.
You haven't seen a WrestleMania. There's always this spot. This match happens every WrestleMania. It used to be it's the celebrity spot. It just is the shenanigans. It's the big show, and who's the little fighter that I saw?
Which one?
The little boxer.
I don't remember.
The Undisputed Tag Team Championships, undisputed, I think is what means when you have both the belts.
That's what we were trying to figure out?
I guess that's, if you have both the red and the blue, there's nobody else around.
Yeah.
The Usos, Sami Zayn, and longtime friend Kevin Owens. This served up as your main event. A lot of the heated debate of who goes on last. Austin Theory, Cena, or Charlotte Flair, who goes on last. These guys got the go-ahead to go on last. The rapper came out first?
Uzi Vert came out to that really popular song on TikTok right now.
He got about 35 seconds of the song, which was kind of... He must be on Universal label, which is fine.
My thing is, if you're going to bring in a guest musician, just walk out to their music. Don't play their music, cut it off, and then put your, original music back on.
That being said, 2 no-frills entrances.
Yeah.
And Sammy said something in a press conference. Maybe that was part of the idea, that they're just coming out and not a lot of pomp and circumstance. Not me at WrestleMania. I want pomp and circumstance. I want llamas and explosions.
I want John Cena drifting into the arena in a Mustang.
Helicopters.
I want Steve Austin driving a semi-truck or a milk truck or whatever.
Yeah, well, that just happened on a weekly basis once upon a time. That was just Monday night back then. So, no frills. We got... some of this was nice and back and forth. Of course, it's the heroic story of these guys who have reunited for a common cause, and that common cause is beating up the Usos. The Usos gave us the Usos. Dives, kicks, dives, kicks, dives, kicks, dives. We had a couple table spots.
There was more super kicks in this match than in any of the Young Bucks' match put together. Like, this was Super Kick City. There was so many super kicks, it was ridiculous. That being said, I like the Usos. I think they did a great job. I've been following this story, so I understand the importance of the match story-wise. I know this was a long time coming, and I can appreciate that aspect of it. Wrestling-wise, okay, it was a match.
We see a lot of fantastic... If you just watch WWE, this was a great storytelling and a great tag match. If you watch everything, this was great storytelling and a good tag match. But if you are strictly fed on the diet of WWE, you probably thought this was absolutely one of the greatest tag matches of all time. It is one of the only times tag team wrestling is featured as a headline to WrestleMania, other than WrestleMania 1, which of course featured a tag team match with Mr. T and Hulk Hogan, taking on Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff, special guests Randy Orton's dad, and special guest Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Hey, now put me to bed, Grandpa. He's talking about them old guys. He should Hogan cancel him. So that being said, it's a good, wholesome storytelling. Went on for a long time. Sami Zayn did a brainbuster in the apron, dropped Uso.
Yeah. And he did another one in the ring too that I was like, ooh, that was Ooh.
Yeah, there was
spicy.
a full buffet of Usos doing haluva kicks and Sami Zayn doing the Uso dives.
Yep.
There was that whole story was told, and this one was good. If you
did it end the way we expected it to?
I don't think they were. I think it ended the way I thought it was going to end. Yes,
agreed.
I was very happy. There was no shenanigans. There was no interference. There was no ref bumps. There was no.
Yep.
Joe Blow comes down or somebody interrupts it, and I know Sammy and Kevin are pretty old school, and that's kind of the way I thought they would want it. It was not the big. There were no surprises tonight. The only surprise tonight was really the scene stealing of Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. Other than that, not a whole lot of surprises. Everybody, Seth Rollins is good. He was good. Logan Paul is good. He was good.
Yeah. Like I said, as far as this match goes, it wasn't a bad match. Not by any means. I don't think it was. I know I might catch heat for this. Sorry, guys. I'm an AEW indie stan, so my perspective's a little bit different. I did not feel this was a WrestleMania main event. Charlotte and Ripley absolutely was the WrestleMania main event. So far. We still have a whole nother day.
You could say this, and someone's going to have a theory on Monday morning that Charlotte and Rhea were motivated by being put on, technically third from the top. They said, we're going to go out there and prove them wrong.
Could
and
be.
If that was it, thank you.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
You had my confidence. But you have proven whoever it was wrong. Because they stole the show. And potentially, if I believe Vince McMahon being a smart person, perhaps he played chess with this and said, oh, gee, Charlotte, you're not going to go on. Charlotte said, I'll show you, Vince. And Vince went, hee hee hee. There he goes. There she goes. She's going to prove me wrong. And he got a good match out of her.
Do we know if Vince has fully taken the reins
back?
Okay,
Triple H.
Well, no, I'm just saying, obviously I doubt he's relinquished all control, but maybe...
I don't believe anything happens without Vince saying, okay, you can call me wrong. I just do not believe.
I mean...
Vince had a headset on. He was sitting right there.
You think so?
Oh, the man has to be dead. I don't believe as much. Everything is a circus and everything is staged, and I don't believe anything unpredictable happens anymore. Short of a fan jumping the guardrail, It is all planned. And listen, why all this? You think he just said, oh, "I'm going to take WrestleMania off"?
I don't think he said that. I think he was there. I think he's in
Triple H's ear, and he's in both of his ears.
Really? I thought maybe I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, but I thought maybe he was there saying, "Hey, he handled it while I was gone. Why don't we just go ahead with his script?"
I don't believe you. You've never met a narcissist.
No, I know that doesn't read like Vince McMahon, but
There are things I have done for 6 months I wouldn't walk away from. Never mind 40 years.
Yeah.
He invented this thing.
Yeah.
You think he's going to go, well, you know what? I'll take this one off.
I guess
it's
not.
In Los Angeles. It's Hollywood. And you think Vince was in catering?
Nah, Stephanie got him some date to go just keep him distracted. She's gone, right?
Figs and dates. I'm sure Stephanie was there. It was all hands on deck.
Okay.
What do you give this show out of 10? You want to go? Do you want to give stars out of 10? Want to do any of that?
No, I don't want to do that because I'm going to catch so much hate. I'm going to catch so much hate.
Oh, you're going to give it a 3.
What made it WrestleMania for me was the scale of it. That stadium was massive.
This will never be bigger shenanigans other than the Florida roller coaster. This was one
stage, everything was massive except what I expected out of the matches. So I really don't want to give it a point score because I don't think that's fair, because I'm comparing it to, something different. I'm comparing it to the state fair, not the county fair, Overall, it was okay. It was enjoyable. I'm glad I got to see Charlotte and Rhea. I'm glad the Uso story is wrapped up. I am curious. I will say this. I am curious of what's going to happen next. So that's a good thing. You don't want to walk away from a show and be like, oh, that's done. Let's go find something else to watch. No, now I want to see what's going to happen with the rest of the bloodline. Are they going to, get knocked down a few pegs? Or are they going to disintegrate entirely? Or what's going to happen when Cody takes that belt? I mean, if Cody takes that belt. So yeah, I'm walking away from it curious.
That's a big if. I don't think anybody out there thinks, especially now,
Cody about to be champion.
that Roman's gonna.
Cody about to be champion.
I don't think Roman's gonna come to WWE saying, "Gee, I hope I get a belt."
Look, Cody, I'm still upset with you.
Speaking right to him. Okay,
I'm still upset with you for ditching us after you created AEW. But I hope you get the belt or whatever.
I would give this one 7.5 out of 10, and we'll come back and revisit it as 2 nights as a whole. I think this was good. There was something is missing this year. Like the Hall of Fame was a little, and then the stars were not there tonight. We had Snoop Dogg in a multitude of segments. We had America the Beautiful at the beginning. That was fantastic.
Oh, Becky G, Yellow Ranger.
There was just something. Pat McAfee was there, but he's not really a celebrity to me anymore, or any of us. He's kind of the weekly guy. It was just something that didn't feel WrestleMania magical, other than an enormous stage. I don't know. Maybe that'll change. Maybe I don't know. Are we over celebrities?
Or maybe they're saving it all for night 2. I mean, that would suck for everybody involved in night 1, but. Maybe they're like, yeah, you don't want to miss Sunday. Let's save all the special stuff for then. Who knows? It's just they've done 2-night events, 2-night WrestleManias before, right?
I think 2020 was the first 2-night one. I think, or maybe 2019, but I think 2020 was the first one. They did it with nobody in there.
Oh,
at the Performance Center,
yeah.
And they did so. There wasn't a cinematic match. Sometimes we get a cinematic match at WrestleMania. I don't know. It just kind of felt like a big event with big matches, but there wasn't the weird glitz and the glamour and the funny skits and the celebs.
Yeah. Like, what are we going to do?
Oh, is it harder to get celebs in LA?
Because
we're all here.
They're all at home. They're like, yeah, I'm good.
You're not going to fly me somewhere? Never mind. I don't know. I don't know what it was.
We'll see. Like I said, I am looking forward to see what happens next tomorrow.
Okay, place your bets.
With whom?
Does The Rock show up tomorrow night?
No, didn't we already speculate this? They couldn't get The Rock, so they got Kevin Hart to do the cold open.
That's right. I even forgot about that. That's even the celebs we did get are kind of
Yeah.
I don't really care for Kevin Hart, and I know he's friends with The Rock, and they probably said, "Oh, Rock, do a cold open." He said, "No, call my friend."
Yeah.
I hope we see The Rock there live tomorrow.
I don't think we will. I don't think we will.
I don't know. We won't get any surprise celebrities because why wouldn't they advertise them?
So what are the matches for tomorrow? Do we know? I mean, I know we've got obviously Cody and
we have got Finn Balor as the Demon, not painted by me. Against Edge, and I think
that's a Hell in a Cell.
There's a spoiler. I don't think he knows it, but we know the Demon is coming, and we know who is coming with Edge. Let's take a look at.
What's that mean?
I don't know. But
Christian?
But
no, he's AEW.
But you let's see it. Night 2. Oh, jeez. I don't know.
Are there any?
Ready for that question.
Are there any more tag events in night 2? Because I feel like we got all those out of the way. We had
tag teams.
Yeah.
I think there's another scramble match.
Oh, there's a scramble match.
Yeah, there's gonna be another.
Oh gosh, we're gonna see another scramble match tomorrow too. Ooh, live.
Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna have Cody and Roman. What do you think? Take your pick.
Cody.
Rapid fire. Cody. Bianca Belair and Asuka. Bianca Belair is the champion.
Ooh. That one's tough because even I know that they're both over right now. So that's a tough one for me to call because I'm not familiar with their history. But I know they're both huge right now. So I don't know.
I am going to call it, and this is not a Vince McMahon WrestleMania thing, because the heels never win at WrestleMania, in case you haven't been keeping track for 40 years. I'm going to call it Asuka wins the belt with a massive monster heel turn.
Ooh.
And she's going to come out as you-know-who. Okay. Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. This is going to be meaty men slapping meat.
Meaty men slapping meat. I don't know.
Gunther is the Intercontinental Champion.
Okay.
If you want to see Smash Mouth guys who are going to be purple at the end of the match,
okay,
get ready for this one.
I only know a little bit about Gunther, so I can't really call that one.
I'm gonna call Gunther retain.
Okay.
Just because I think Sheamus and Drew, I think they just want to punch each other, and Gunther's gonna go pin. Edge versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor being the heel, being the demon in Hell in a Cell.
Okay. I don't know a lot about Finn Balor with Judgment Day. I remember Finn Balor when he was like, McDreamy, take me to prom, So I'm still kind of on the Finn Balor boat. I don't know what Christian's been up to lately. I don't know about this demon thing. So I'm just going off of who I still have a crush on, and that's Finn Balor.
Okay, good luck.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar versus Omos. All of you people who are all bent out of shape about this. And this is the McAfee Miz match of night 2, okay? It's big meaty men slapping meats. I'm going to tell you 4 minutes, 4.5, 90 seconds of entrances, and that is it. And I know some of you people get so upset. I don't really care who wins. If what's done right is done right, Brock should put over the new guy if they believe in the new guy. If not, he can squash him. But I think we all understand.
I don't know who the new guy is, but I definitely know who Brock
Almost is 7'6" from Nigeria. Just a
well, I'm not a fan of the Lesnar, so.
Oh no, me neither. Then we have Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya Hart. Shotzi Blackheart, she might just be Shotzi though. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, and Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. The Women's Showcase. This is the equivalent of money on We Get a Tower of Doom. If I had to pick out of a hat for this one, I'm going with Ronda and Shayna because I don't know that Ronda would come back to WrestleMania to lose.
I don't know any of those names except Ronda Rousey. So
you got some learning to do.
Yeah, I don't know any of these girls. I don't mean girls. I mean
that's it for what's scheduled. This is a light card with
that
the potential
long matches.
We're gonna have a shenanigans segment to set up the cell, so there will be a shenanigans segment before the Hell in the Cell. If you told me Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre if they go 60 minutes, it would not surprise me. Bianca Belair, Asuka probably going to go 25-30. And if you told me Cody Rhodes and Roman, were they going to go 45-60?
That's going to be a lot. Come on.
45-30?
Cody's got that Japanese DNA still in there. Them matches can go 2 hours long. Cody's got the cardio. They could go a long time if they want. I believe it. Anyway.
This is 6 matches for a 3-hour show. And you count Omos and Lesnar, who I think is going to be up.
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're going to squeeze in a funny match like they did.
Oh yeah, they're going to squeeze in a shenanigans segment before the Hell in the Cell.
Well, that's it for our day 1 WrestleMania roundup. Tomorrow we're going to go to a special event. We are going to go to Mitzvah Mania. It is a Jewish-produced promotion for the Jewish community and beyond. And it couldn't come at a better time because, like a lot of our friends and mentors and heroes and peers, everybody is on the #BlueSquare movement right now, which is to bring awareness to Jewish bullying. We fully support it. We're going to go to the show. We're going to have a blast. And I'm going to come home and cry in my cereal because MJF didn't show up. But we're going to see some great talent like Colt Cabana, Chris Masters. We're going to see Cartwheel again. Oh, my new friend I made today. I don't remember his name. Some indie kid. Really cute. Gonna show out, I'm sure. So we'll come home, talk about it, and then we'll go watch WrestleMania Night 2 and wrap up what has turned out to be a very long WrestleMania weekend. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Wrestling with Boys. That's Marky Makeup. I'm Derek Stone, and I hope to see y'all here again soon.
Oh, yeah.